Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Tuesday the 26th of September. Labor says National's welfare policy flies in the face of evidence and would put kids back in poverty. Here's political reporter Sophie Trigger.
National wants a traffic light-style scheme which sanctions beneficiaries who don't meet job seeker obligations. A third breach could see benefit reductions, mandatory work experience and money being managed by WINS. Labor's social development spokesperson Carmel Sepuloni says in government they've focused on removing harmful sanctions, helping to lift incomes and benefit children in poverty.
Sepuloni says National's changes would reverse such progress and compound family struggles. Chris Hipkins says he'll be talking to Labor's Wellington Central candidate about his comments regarding a wealth tax. In leaked video, Ibrahim Omar tells a meeting that Labor hasn't given up on the policy. Hipkins says Omar is wrong and could have chosen his words more carefully. But the Green Party is attributing their bump in the latest polling to support for a wealth tax. Last night's News Hub Reid research poll has the party sitting at 14.2%. That's up 1.9. Co-leader Marama Davidson says conversations on the ground tell them people want a tax on the super rich, which the Greens have proposed.
People really support a wealth tax. People of all parties, people of all communities. The time is now. It's no longer acceptable to have 311 families holding $85 billion while people are struggling.
Meanwhile, the Greens say doubling the Best Start payment is putting resources where they should be, towards children and families. Davidson says it's a simple way to take a load off families.
To make sure that they know they can have a sense of security, that for the first 3 years of their baby's life, they will be able to provide the basic necessities.
Southern councils might expect letters from the water regulator reminding them of their responsibilities. The Otago Daily Times reports Taumata Arowai is looking at which councils are able to block cryptosporidium from entering their water supply and contacting them as soon as possible. At least 35 cases of the waterborne parasite have been confirmed in Queenstown, the illness that is, while the source is still unknown. Most councils contacted by the ODT are confident they have systems in place to prevent an outbreak. COVID is pushing the trend of young people leaving school early over the edge. Youth employment agencies report more children as young as 12 are leaving school in search of work. Truancy Services data shows the number of unenrolled students who haven't attended school for at least 20 consecutive days is more than 9,000 at the end of March. Taupō Pathways manager Gayleen Wilkie says it needs to be addressed.
It is about the whole community pulling together, down to shops not serving young people during school hours.
To sport headlines, and Caroline Wozniacki has the Australian Open in the back of her mind after announcing she'll play at her 8th ASB Tennis Classic in January. Wozniacki made the round of 16 at the US Open after 3 years out of the game. More English Premier League talent has been injected into the All Whites. Fulham FC midfielder Matthew Dibley-Diaz has been named for next month's friendlies against Democratic Republic of Congo and Australia. And Kiwi Ferns captain Crystal Rota has called time on her international rugby league career. I'm Raylene Ramsey. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.